Welcome back, guys. This is Sucker Punch Oakland. You're here with Kewesi.
Trevor.
Awesome. And today's topic we're going to talk about is something that every bar has to deal with to a certain degree. Or maybe not every bar, but most bars that we deal with in Oakland certainly have to deal with.
Bay Area,
Which is vagrancy. And so this is a hard topic to touch on, right? It's hard to talk on this topic without looking like an asshole. But it is a problem that you have to deal with every bar, which is people hanging out in front of the bar, asking for money, busking for money, bugging the patrons, and eventually this kind of behavior and this stuff outside the bar, people don't want to come to the bar.
and that's the problem. The customers don't want to come to a bar where there's people bugging them out front, but they also don't want to see you running them off. And you're just in this lose-lose situation where you always look like the asshole.
There's really a no-win situation, right? Like all you can do is try to kind of talk to them, see if you can get them to leave. If they're majorly mentally ill, at that point I usually have the police come by and handle it. I'll call the police on them and have the police come by and handle it and be like, hey, there's a guy, he looks mentally ill, he's sick in front of the bar, he needs help. And let the police come by and then they can kind of carry him off or cart him off or whatever the situation is. It's one of the very few times that I will call the police to handle a situation like that. But just because it's a messy situation that you don't want to get into.
And they won't act like a normal person. They'll keep coming back no matter what. And so sometimes you do have to go as far as to get restraining orders against people or do whatever to protect your business because they're not acting rationally.
You know, sometimes they're mentally ill, but a lot of times people that are out on the streets, a lot of times there's usually some sort of drugs involved and they still do have a touch of mental illness and stuff. But the big issue becomes is that a lot of these people that are the homeless people that are hanging out at the bars, at least here in Oakland that are hanging out in the front, are also the people that are robbing people around the corner. They're also people that are breaking into cars. So I had a situation where a guy came in after close, right? And I had just got everybody out of the bar. I closed the bar, finally got everybody out. You know, right as I got everybody out, I went back to just do a quick sweep. He snuck in, right? He's like, hey, man, can I get a glass of water? I said, nah, dude, I already got a bad feeling about this guy. I didn't want to let him stay in after hours. Like, the bartenders were already looking at me. They were trying to count the money. It was after 2 o'clock. So, technically, legally, there wasn't supposed to be anybody in the bar, right? Like, he needed to be out the bar. You know, he said, can I get a glass of water? You know, at this bar that I was working at, there was no cups to hand him, so I could have just handed him a glass. And other than that, like, you're not supposed to take any alcoholic beverage outside the bar, right? So I handed him a cup, and he's standing outside, and that's a liability for the bar. So I'm like, so now I'm kind of like, dude, I can't get you a glass of water. Like, it's just not going to go down like that. Besides that, you're not a patron. And so he's kind of forceful with it. He's kind of like one of those aggressive homeless guys. Like, he doesn't want to let it go, right? So I'm like, dude, like, please, dude, like, I'm not being a jerk. And he's like, of course you are. You're being a jerk, and this, that, and the other. And he was black, and of course, like, you know, I was an Uncle Tom and all of this sort of stuff for, like, not letting him have enough drink of water. And thankfully, my bartenders immediately backed me up. They're like, hey, dude, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, he says you got to go. We're not giving you a drink of water. Of course, they try to side-best me, ask him. They had my back. I got him outside, right? Right as I walked outside, he's like, you know what, man? I know when you get off, so I'll be here waiting for you. And I was like, oh, great, right? So I looked over and said, don't threaten me, dude. Right at that time, the dude throws a punch at me, right? So the punch comes in, grazes me on the face. I grab the guy, throw him up against the wall. I axe kicked him in the groin like 5 times. I mean, the guy had to be on something because literally I axe kicked him in the groin 5 times. He like lifted up off the ground each time, right? And I'm like, I can't believe I'm dealing with this situation. Now I'm scrapping here with a homeless dude, right? Like, this is not a good situation, right? Like, you're not happy about this kind of situation, right?
When I was talking to my high school guidance counselor, was this what I was thinking of?
Absolutely not, right? Like, if you guys don't know me, I'm already kind of a germaphobe as it is. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even like to shake people's hand when I work door at the bar because, like, I don't know. I see people walk across the street. They touch their groin, their hands are in the pants, and they might come over and be like, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. So, like, I don't even like to shake people's hands. So I'm already engaged with this dude, right?
So on a separate note, you do get sick more often working bars shaking.
Yeah, you do.
I like the fist bump.
I like the fist bump. Straight up. Like, this right here is as healthy as it gets. Hey, man, nice to meet you. You know what I'm saying? If I could touch shoes like Kid and Play, I touch shoes like Kid and Play. You know, stick your shoe out there. But so now I'm engaging the guy, right? So I handle the guy. You know, of course, I handle the guy, deal with the situation, right? But now I'm kind of heated, right? So, you know, like, after I'm kind of heated, you can judge me PC or not on this, right? But, like, usually after I have to engage somebody and put hands on somebody here in Oakland, California, I take their shoes off. You want to know why? Because it's pretty hard for somebody to come back and retaliate to you if they ain't got no shoes on. So I took his shoes off, threw his shoes across the street, threw one on the roof, right? So now the guy's got no shoes on. I look over and the guy's got a baby carriage, right? He's got a backpack full of stuff, 2 backpacks full of stuff. And he's got a baby carriage. And in the baby carriage, there's no baby, there's backpacks full of stuff, right? So now I'm pissed, right? Because, like, now I'm out here scrapping with this dude, right? So I make a scene, right? So I take his backpack, I open it up, I throw it. I take the other backpack, I throw it. When I start opening up these backpacks and throw it, do you know what I find? Several laptops, a bunch of cell phones, a bunch of jewelry and personal items. So obviously I found the guy who's been breaking into the cars around in Jack London Square, or one of the guys that's been breaking into the cars around in Jack London Square. So like I knew I had a bad feeling about the guy in the interim, but if I hadn't gotten to a scrap on that guy, taken his shoes off and thrown them on the roof, and taken his backpacks and threw the stroller all over the place, I wouldn't have seen all the stuff that he had.
And then if you see him around again, you know what he's doing.
Exactly. So this is to talk about that, like, not all of these homeless people are just mentally ill and down on their luck, and and it kind of sounds like a jerk to to be able to handle it like this, but this is what it is that a lot of these homeless people are the ones that are actually breaking into cars and committing crimes around the bar.